The rank system of any competitive game can be the backbone of said game. If the system is well done, players will grind it for hours on end. However, if the system is not well done, players may just end up frustrated and may turn to other aspects of the game like social, or could even turn to other games altogether. So with that said, today we're going to talk about how I think the rank system should work in Halo Infinite. To do this, first let's broadly recap a couple of the main rank systems Halo has used. I'm not going to go super into detail on these, as this video is more to just look and talk about the general systems rather than the intricacies one can get into when designing a rank system, so keep that in mind as we talk about them. Halo 2 first introduced the 1-50 system, which then went on to be used in Halo 3 and now is currently used in the Master Chief Collection. The basic premise behind this system was that you started at ranked 1, and then as you won games you would rank up, and then if you lost games you would rank back down. The system would take into account factors like how you performed and the ranks of your enemies and teammates, along with many other factors. This is really just boiling it down to the most basic level, as the algorithms on the back end of these systems are extremely complex, but for a video like this and for what I'm talking about in this video, we don't really need to go into any of those complexities, as those aren't really as relevant to just the more broad ranked systems that I want to talk about. So in a system like this, the top of the ranked ladder is that rank 50. Once you hit this 50, you were done. This was the top of the ladder, and besides playing more just to get your competitive fix in, or just to get some practice, there really was no incentive to play more, as there was no way to go up, you could only rank down. In Halo 3 specifically, this rank system also influenced the experience-based rank you could get. So in Halo 3, along with having those ranked ladders, there was also just an experience-based system where every time you won a game, you got a experience point, and then as you gained more of those experience points, you ranked up. And so the certain ranks were only achievable once you'd hit a certain ranked milestone, i.e. 40 for Colonel, 50 for General, etc. And so this would easily differentiate someone who had played a ton of Halo from someone who had also played a lot of Halo but was skilled at the game too. Now the other main rank system I want to talk about in this video is the system that's used in Halo 5. The CSR system is just like the 1-50 system, where you rank up or down based on a variety of things like winning, personal performance, team and enemy ranks, etc. However, this time, instead of starting at rank 1 and working your way to rank 50, you start with some placement games. At the end of these placement games, you're placed in a division anywhere from bronze up to onyx, and then once you hit onyx, instead of being in a division like Diamond 1 to 5, you now just see Onyx and then a CSR number. And then the top 200 CSR numbers would be placed into Champion, where they would be ranked by their CSR. What this does is it makes Champion a constant competition, as the top players are constantly improving their CSR. And the CSR would also do ranked resets in between seasons. So now that we've hit on some of the basics of the ranked modes that Halo has used, what are some of the pros and cons of each of these systems? Well, in the 1-50 system, you have a static and defined goal at the top of the ladder that you can aim for, and if you're able to achieve this, you'll always have that rank unless you play that playlist more and lose your 50 by losing games. This is different than in the CSR system, where just hitting Champion doesn't mean you're going to stay in Champion permanently. Not only will players improve their CSR past yours if you aren't playing, there's also those season resets. So while I could say I hit Champion at one point in Halo 5, if I launched it up today, I would just be unranked in all those playlists and have to do that grind all over again, where if I launched up the Master Chief Collection in a year or so, my super amazing rank of 21 in Halo Reach Team Hardcore would be there waiting for me, reminding me of my failures. So you can look at this from both sides. Like I mentioned, on one hand, the goalposts are constantly moving in the CSR system, which can be frustrating for players who take a break or can't dedicate as many hours to the game. Where in the 1-50 system, the goal is more rigid and defined, as 50 will always be the top of the ladder. However, for the players who do hit the top of these ladders, the CSR system not only gives more incentive to keep playing, it also differentiates the top players from just good Halo players. In a world where Halo has a high population, the skill difference between a high Champion player and someone who's just higher in Onyx will be huge, and it's shown in their rankings, unlike in the 1-50 system where both players may just have a 50. Another good thing the CSR system has done, in my opinion, is those season resets. I think soft resets are a great way to bring back players or just reinvigorate existing players into the ranked mode, especially if these season resets are in conjunction with new content, whether that be new maps, new game modes, new playlists, anything you can think of. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't do resets with the 1 to 50 system, it's just not something that they've done in the past. Although brainstorming in my head, I don't really see why it wouldn't work, other than the grind from 1 to 50 can take a lot longer than the grind into champion. So if they're doing those season resets every few months, while your extremely skilled and dedicated Halo players will probably still be able to hit 50 every season, your slightly more casual but still skilled players might not be able to hit 50, whereas with the champion system, they might be able to get into champion for a little bit. But if we're being honest, I don't think they should really worry about that because the rank system shouldn't really cater to those more casual players. The top of the ranked ladder should be for your hardcore players anyways. So what do I want to see in Infinite? Honestly, despite how iconic the 1 to 50 system truly is, I hope we could see some modified version of the CSR system. I think the CSR system with a healthy player base provides the most competitive environment for top tier players to grind in, and also for lower ranked players offers more incentive to keep grinding. For me personally, grinding to that next tier can keep me playing and motivated, whether that's from gold to plat, plat to diamond, onyx to champ, or whatever level of skill you are on. The CSR system always has that next tier right in your sight. Whereas in the 1 to 50 system, if you're chilling in the mid 20s, you really don't have a defined next tier unless you just say it's 30 or 35. Whereas the next tier is obvious in the CSR system because if you're in plat, well then the next tier is diamond and it's very straightforward. I also think that a system like this can work in conjunction with player rewards for hitting the different tiers. Whether that's special armor for hitting Onyx or a cool battle rifle skin for hitting champion, having a way to earn unique items based on your rank performance in a season is a fun bonus for players who like to collect cosmetics and make their Spartan look badass. One slight modification I would like to see in Infinite if they go with a CSR type model is to have the ranked system be more in line with the regular experience based system. In Halo 5, we had the CSR system, which was completely devoid of the regular Spartan rank system, where you could get max rank without ever having to get high ranked in rank. Whereas, like I was mentioning earlier, in Halo 3, to be able to get the top rank, you also had to get a 50. And I think this is a good way to reward those good players who put in the time to have one more thing that they can show off on their profile that says, hey, I play a lot of Halo, but I'm also really good at it. Whereas those players that just play a lot of Halo, where they can get the highest experience-based rankings, but they can't also get the ones that require the highest ranked rankings. Anyways, those are just some of my thoughts on the rank system in Halo from an admittedly average Halo player. I would love to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and also if you have any other topics you'd like to hear my thoughts on going forward. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. I'll also toss my Twitch link along with my other socials in the description, so you can come watch me live, and I'll see you guys next time.